What's good, family? What's good? Switch my flag around. I'm still trying to work out what kind of backdrop I want to use. I got it kind of dark in here now. You know what, though? We're living in some dark fucking times. We're living in some dark times. There's some crazy things going on over in the Middle East right now. You know what I mean? It's some crazy shit going on over there. The Israelis is pretty much bulldozing the Palestinians right now. I'm sure by now everybody knows that this is almost like the final solution for the Jewish people as it pertains to the Palestinians. You feel me? It's like they're trying to wipe them out for real this time. They feel like they got a green light from the United States, and they do, and a green light from Great Britain, because you know they always got a green light from Great Britain and the rest of the world to go in there and exterminate all them people. Now, as a black man living in the United States, an ADOS black man living in the United States, that shit make me nervous because the way things are going for black Americans right now. And by that I mean the way we get shot down in the streets, we at 600 a year. The way we are herded into these little communities. The way the police come in with goddamn riot gear that look like military gear, or fuck, it is military gear. The militarization and the mass incarceration of our people in our neighborhoods, and the elimination of anybody who might become a leader. All these things lead me to believe that my demographic, American Descendants of Slavery, ADOS, we being driven further and further down until we going to be put at the level of the Palestinians in Israel. Is that what they're trying to do? Bring us to the level of the Palestinians, to where they could just keep demonizing and demonizing until the whole world turns its back on us, and they can just do with us as they please? That seems like what the United States is trying to do to black people. I mean, they fading us. And they're not showing any intact families, or we're not represented as intact families, like through the media and everything. I talk about that a little bit in other videos, but you hardly ever see an intact black family in advertising or in none of these fucking movies and TV shows that are out there. You hardly ever see that. That shit is all by design to me. And they just slowly fading us the fuck out of existence. I guess that's what's happening. Until our voice is so meaningless, until nobody has to pay any attention to us. That's what we're being driven to. And goddamn it, we can't allow that to happen. We can't fucking allow that to happen. How can we prevent it from happening? How can we prevent ourselves from being driven to the level of the Palestinians in Israel? How can we prevent it? We got to do whatever means, by any means necessary, like Malcolm X said. We got by any means necessary. Because to me, when you count up the list of people, Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, it just goes on and on and on. Walter Scott, Philando Castile, all of these, and these are the ones we just hear about. Now, I can tell you from personal experience, when the cops pick you up, it's a scary ass thing. From personal experience. No, I never got my ass whooped by the cops, but I have lived in towns that were so small to where it was unavoidable that you were gonna have some kind of contact with them, because they fuck with you. I'm on my way to work. I get stopped and pulled over and harassed and asked questions of until they realized who I was, and then they left me the fuck alone. After a while, but all during my 20s and 30s, that's all it was. I, they always had. I never had anything, that they could fuck with me about. But the point is, all across America, that's what's happening. Large numbers of black people being scooped up, families being torn apart, kids being put in special education, men being shot down in the street, all that shit going on and on and on all over this country in order to force us to the lowest rung of society. I heard somebody say the other day that I think in India, most of the Indians that you see in the United States look like Kamala Harris because they keep the black ones in India because their caste is so low. Uh, in Brazil, they are the untouchables. In Brazil, black people are just treated like third and fourth class citizens, shot down by the police at alarming rates, just like here in the United States. They raid their neighborhoods and kill out whole families and say they was drug dealers. They run Brazil, and it's all the white Brazilians versus the black ones. All over Central and South America is like that. So all over the world, black people who look like me, is being driven further and further down the social scale and treated like the goddamn, I don't know, subhumans in society by everybody. By everybody. And this is exactly what Israel is doing to the Palestinians right now. They're just mopping up. They're just going through and they don't give a flying. I thought that this was going to happen in 2014 when the Israelis went into Gaza. I thought that they was just going to wipe everybody out then, but no. We had a different president. We done been through Donald Trump. And now we got, Joe Biden, who is worse than Donald Trump. He really is. He really is. As bad as Donald Trump was just stupid. You know. But motherfucking Joe Biden is stuck in 1945 and he old war hawk racist motherfucker. We haven't had our first black senior executive in motherfucking DC yet. We haven't had by we I mean anybody descended from slavery in the United States hasn't had a chief executive yet. We I think the closest we got to coon is coon ass Clarence Thomas, who's sitting on the Supreme Court. But he's such a coon, he worse than the fucking crackers. So no. We had Barack Obama, who's half Kenyan and half white, half Kenyan and half white. So he is not ADOS. And we have this Kamala Harris person who's half Jamaican and half East Indian, so she's not ADOS either. So we haven't had our first chief executive yet or second in charge. We haven't had that person yet. And we ain't going to get that person because we ain't going to be high enough on the social ladder to have anybody who is acceptable to the white people. That's why Barack Obama, when asked about reparations and everything, he said he didn't want to piss off the crackers. He didn't say it in those exact words, but that's what he said. Yeah. And they hated his ass. But he didn't care. He had no connection to me. He had no connection to ADOS. He didn't give a fuck. And his wife, well, she wasn't the president. And she boule as hell, so she didn't give a fuck either. Michelle, she didn't give a fuck either. She was nice to look at, though. I'll give her that. But yeah, if we ain't careful, we're going to be right at the level of the Palestinians because we're not that far from that now. We're not that far away from that now. we going to get to a point where we ain't got nothing to lose, just like the Palestinians. And we're going to get, and they're just going to fucking start wiping out whole neighborhoods. And that shit ain't unprecedented. In 1985, look what they did in Philadelphia. They dropped a bomb on a goddamn house on the MOVE organization. They was calling them black radicals, but they wasn't no fucking black radicals. Anyway, they dropped that bomb on. They had a black mayor when they did that shit. So they'll take out a whole fucking neighborhood. They don't give a shit as long as it ain't too much collateral damage. By that I mean kill too many white people. We being pushed to that level, y'all. I ain't saying that they can do exactly what they doing to the Palestinians in Israel to us, but they can get close enough. They can get really goddamn close. I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna quit. The Palestinians gotta understand though, that when they come to the United States after having left Israel, they can't get here and set up shop in black neighborhoods and try to treat us the same way the Jews treated them when they was in Palestine. They get over here and act that way. They get over here and set up a little corner or network of corner stores and do price fixing, drug selling, gun selling, and prostitution. All out them corner stores that they set up. And exploit black communities. So they can't get over here and do that shit either. Because that's exactly what they do. In other words, you got to learn from your fucking experience. What happened in World War II? Nobody learned anything from it. What's happening right now in 2021? The Palestinians, they ain't learning anything from it when they come over here because they start trying to treat us the same way in our neighborhoods. You see? We being driven down to that level by the white people in this country, by the white power structure in this country. And our so-called, the people they pick to put in charge of shit, they be bona fide coons. They get used up and tossed aside when their usefulness is over with. All you got to do is ask that Sanders girl, Simone Sanders, about how that works. All you got to do is ask the mayor of Atlanta how that works. When they get done with you, they break you. Roland Martin, Al Sharpton, all them motherfuckers have been used by them crackers. And they're still getting used because they'll still take any amount of money. They don't care about nobody but themselves. And they think they somehow safe. No. When they seriously want to purge, y'all niggas going too. You coons going too. But anyway, enough of that. We got to be on the lookout for that shit, though. That's why I say, and I'm going to continue to say, we got to fight this battle, and we got to fight this struggle from every different angle, from so many different angles, so many different approaches. That's why it pisses me off when I hear about black YouTubers going back and forth on each other. That's the dumbest shit ever. That's going to help bring about our demise quicker than anything else because they ain't going to see no unity. Anyway, that's it for now, y'all. Keep your head up, and I'm out.